Now, back to Miller on Sports, the show that puts pro in sports. Everything else is just talk. Brought to you by the law offices of Ron Scholes.
You can find me on Facebook, Twitter, and YouTube at Miller on Sports. Think about this, though. Abu Dhabi, they've got 11 of the world's top 25 golfers. Tiger Woods is 36. Said he's looking forward to playing this year, and he wouldn't really say much more than that. Did not set any public goals, but he has said before he wants to peak 4 times a year. Can you guess when those dates are? Yeah, just the 4 majors, pretty much. Yeah, you're smart enough. You can understand that. Like we do every Wednesday at 4:20, we bring in our good buddy Matthew Driscoll, the UNF men's head basketball coach. From what I've been told, he is RWA. How you doing, Coach?
I am doing great, thank you. Speaking of golf, how about our golf team, top 20 or top 5 in the country right now, and really set to get going and kick off the season. And we got one of the best players in the country, Sean Dale, obviously a local product. Kevin Phelan, another local product, and our golf team is phenomenal as well. And we just started women's golf. Yeah. So speaking of golf, we got golf everywhere here.
Absolutely. Well, Coach, it's funny because I opened the show and I got to the station a little before 4:00, and I'm walking up to the elevator and I noticed there's somebody that looks very familiar. He's wearing a UNF shirt, and I kind of squint at him and look at him and stare for a little bit longer than I should have. And I said, "Are you at UNF? Do I know you?" And he said, "Hey, I'm the men's golf coach. I'm Scott Schroeder." And I just started laughing, and so he's going to come on the show next Wednesday, and we're going to talk some UNF golf.
That is awesome. He is a great, great, great human being. His wife, Wendy, is an awesome person as well, and he's done a really, really good job of not just, taking the program and kind of staying where it is, but taking the program to heights and levels that obviously it's a great situation here as far as coaches and how the camaraderie and the get along ability with the staff that's here. So athletics it's a great time for athletics at UNF, and obviously with tomorrow, being the presidential Republican debate on campus,
right.
Just another opportunity, for the university to really explode on the scene, so to speak. So, Coach has done a great job with the athletic aspect of it, and now, with the national aspect of it too. I mean, marketing's up, gear being sold in the bookstore is up, and all those great things are going well. So it's a good time.
Now, I think we've discussed this a few times, Coach, but I talked to a few people, I guess it was 2 weeks ago from JU, because the Giants game was right after the JU game down at the arena, I think 2 weeks ago. And I asked them, I said, are y'all in direct competition? Do you look at certain things and say, okay, we want to do better than UNF here, here, and here? And they said, no, it's more of a larger landscape. With UNF, is there that thought of we need to be better than JU at just about everything?
The thing we try to do is we probably the same mindset as them. We're trying to be the best we can and win ASUN championships. They happen to be part of the league and the conference, but we're trying to win ASUN championships in everything we compete in athletically. Mm-hmm. So it's not really a situation where it's a one particular school. It's more of a regional as far as the league is concerned, and then nationally, when you talk about your different teams, I mean, when your golf team is as good as they are, we're beating Texas A&M and we're beating the likes of LSU, I think it was, in one of the tournaments. I mean, you're talking about on a national level. Mm-hmm. Does that make sense?
No, of course.
So it's not just JU. I mean, it's LSU, it's Virginia Tech, it's Texas A&M. I mean, that's a national level.
Mm-hmm. I must say, congratulations on the nice road win Monday over Kennesaw State by 8 points. Y'all had leads of 12 and 18 points during the game. The Owls fought back. Was that because you were playing on the road and it's just a very difficult atmosphere?
No, it was because we didn't make free throws. We got up 18 and did a good job getting up 18, but we had what you call empty possessions, where we came down and we got fouled and missed 2, and they made a 3 and cut it to 15, and then we came down and turned it over and they made a layup, and then we came down and got fouled and missed 2 free throws, and then they cut it to 9. Does that make sense? Mm-hmm. So it was one of those things where we actually missed some free throws. We only had 9 turnovers in the game, but a couple of them were during that stretch run where it went from 18 to 3. and give our guys credit. The one thing I love about our guys, and one thing I'm confident about our guys, is they understand who they are and what they're about. And after losing 4 in a row and then them cutting an 18-point lead to 3 with a minute something to go, some teams would have folded and would have lost that game. Mm-hmm. And I give our guys a lot of credit for having the resolve to move forward and to get that done.
He's Matthew Driscoll, the head coach for the UNF men's head basketball team. You can find out more about the Ospreys by going online. You can also listen to all their games, AM 600 WBOB, our sister station. You can listen to all the UNF basketball games right there on AM 600. Now, Coach, for the third time in 5 weeks, Travis Wallace, the ASUN Newcomer of the Week award, he wins that. I read this online. It's the most weekly conference awards in one season for a UNF basketball player. How has Travis gotten so hot recently?
Well, you really have to give a ton of credit if you've ever watched him play. You really have to give a ton of credit to his teammates for getting him open with screens and then for delivering the ball in the right place. I think all 12 of his shots, I'm not positive, but I'm almost positive all 12 of his shots were from 3 feet and in.
Wow.
And to his credit, he's got unbelievable hands. I mean, there were some passes that were thrown to him that were a little bit this way or a little bit that way. He can really, really catch the ball, and he has soft hands, and he can catch and then go up and finish. And Jimmy Williams, Jimmy had 5 assists in the first half in 7 minutes, ended up with 8 for the game, and he and Travis were probably 7 of Jimmy's 8 assists went to Travis. 1 went to Matt for a dunk. So he, Jimmy really does a good job finding him. And our guys like throwing him the ball because he also, he had 1 assist and no turnovers again. His assist to turnover ratio is a positive, which is very rare for a forward. And and again, he's making free throws. Unfortunately, he missed 2 late, but he was 3 for 4 at the time, and he's been making his free throws lately too as well. So he's really come along. And the 2 things, Richard, that you can understand among athletes, especially when you sit out. Number 1 is confidence. After sitting out a year, having the confidence, go back on the floor, get back in that competitive mode, get back into the speed. It's different than practice for a whole year. And then the second thing is the conditioning aspect of it. Practice is practice, but game is a whole nother level. The excitement, the energy, the adrenaline that drains your body, and then you have to recover from that and do those things. And he's really starting to come into his own. I think the FAMU game really turned the corner for him and really got him over the hump and got him kind of back in his normal feel. So I would say it's a combination of those things that has really helped him really blossom.
Very interesting. And with Travis Wallace, how did you bring him to UNF? Was there something that you said, or he just liked the Ospreys
basketball program? Well, really, Richard, it's a game of relationships. Mm-hmm. Parker Smith was a 14-year relationship with a coach a long time ago when I was at Clemson, and this was a relationship with a guy from Baylor University who's at a junior college. He was going to go to a junior college. And we were trying to get this 7-footer that ended up going to Appalachian State from Rutgers. And we tried to get this 7-footer really, really hard, and we didn't get him. And like everything else in life, hey, God closes one door and opens another. Next thing you know, bada bing, bada boom, my buddy says, what are you looking for? I tell him, he says, hey, I just worked out this kid, yada, 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 and it ends up being Travis Wallace. So it's all about relationships and about how you treat people. And then he came down and saw the school. And obviously, being a Georgia kid, he, Jimmy, and Parker are all Georgia kids. Mm-hmm. And we've done well with the Georgia kid a year. And DeMarcus Daniels, Bebe, the kid we got from Turner County, is another Georgia kid we got coming in next year. So it's relationships, Richard. It really is.
Very interesting. Now, you've got Nashville, 2 games there Saturday, Lipscomb, and then 2 days later against Belmont. Second half of the conference play starts this weekend. 4-5 for the first part of the season in the ASUN. Where is the bar set for the second half? Are you expecting better than that, or what are you feeling out right now?
Absolutely. If you talk to our guys or you talk to anybody, we're obviously, and you can't live this way, but we're obviously disappointed that we weren't able to close East Tennessee State, Upstate at home, at Stetson, all 4-point games or 1-point games or 3-point games, wherever they were, and come away with those. And now next thing you know, you're 7-2 or you're 6-3. But if fans and nuts, where everything they were, then everybody'd be happy at Christmas time. So it is what it is. But we've got to do a better job. Seems to be a 8 to 9 minute mark of the second half where there's some key possessions, some key stops, some key things we need to get done that we haven't done as well. And we need to obviously make free throws down the stretch and do that. The Mercer game was another one. I mean, it was a 5-point game at Mercer, and with like 7 minutes to go or something like that. And again, had an opportunity there to cut that thing down after we had tied it up in the second half. So we definitely, our expectations are definitely no more. They're no less than they were when we started the season. And right now, it's all about getting into the tournament and then seeding, which it's always been when you get to tournament play. So the league is extremely competitive, as you know, based on the record. So it's going to be an interesting second half.
Oh, absolutely. He's Matthew Driscoll, the UNF men's head basketball coach. Well, Coach, I know you have practice in a few minutes, so
yes,
run on down there, and we'll talk next week.
Thank you, brother. Appreciate your time.
All right, there he goes. Matthew Driscoll. Always a fun conversation. They travel to Nashville, game Saturday, Lipscomb, and then game 2 days later, Monday, against Belmont. We'll talk again next week. We do it every Wednesday at 4:20. He's Matthew Driscoll.